So this is the story of Sam the Bellhop and the 654 Club. This may bring back some memories. I know you've been there, David. Okay?
No, I haven't.
David.
What is it?
Okay, let's just talk later, because I'm right in the middle of the story. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me come over there, because I'll hit you so many times you'll think you're surrounded. You'll be picking your nose out of a catalog, big guy. Huh? You want me, don't you? You've been checking me out all night. Good. Oh, baby. You should be in 3D. That's my room number. I'm at the Hyatt, just so you know. You'll be there. All right, so anyway, this is the story. One day, Sam the Bellhop was sitting in his restaurant, and it was kind of slow that night, almost like here. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the two big doors opened up wide, and into the restaurant walked four gentlemen dressed like kings. That's what they look like. Now, please settle down. There's more. Now, they're sitting there for a little while, and they're getting kind of bored, so they called Sam over. They said, "Excuse us, Sam, this is our first time here, and we're kind of lonely. Would you do us a favor? Would you find us some women to help make the time go by?" Sam looked at his watch and said, "Well, it's kind of early, but I'll see what I could do." So the cards were cut, sucker. I mean, sir, I'm sorry about that. I meant David. I meant to say Dad. I'm sorry. So the cards were cut. Nobody has ever done it that well, by the way. Okay. So the cards were cut. Sam took a little walk. He walked down 1, 2, 3 blocks, said the best we could do is a couple brunettes and a couple of redheads. They said, "Sam, they're beautiful. Where'd you get them?" He said, "Oh, the 654 Club, right down the block." They said, "Sam, you're a heck of a guy. Here's a $2 tip for you, Sam, a $2 tip." So now they're sitting there with the girls, if you know what I mean, and I think you do, sir. All of a sudden, they get kind of bored and they feel like having a game of cards. The only trouble is they don't have enough card players. They said, "Sam, would you do us a favor? Would you find us some card players?" Sam looked at his watch and said, "Well, it's still kind of early, but I'll see what I could do." So the cards were cut once more. Would you cut them? I like when you do it. Yeah, this is cool. Man, wow. So the cards were cut. Sam took another walk, 1, 2, even took a left down Crimp Street, and said the best we could do is 4 guys, but they're all named Jack. They said, "Sam," that's what they said. "Oh, my God." They said, "They're beautiful. Where'd you get them?" He said, "Oh, the 654 Club, right down the block." They said, "Sam, you really are a heck of a guy. Here's another $2 tip for you." So now they're in this big poker game. All of a sudden, the Kings run into some bad luck, and they owed the girls some money. The only trouble is, all they have is a $40 check. They said, "Sam, would you do us a favor? Would you cash the check and get us a couple of 20s? Sam said, "Well, I didn't even have this when I came here. Thanks a lot, you guys." Sam said, "Well, it's still early, but I'll see what I could do." So the cards were cut once more. Would you cut the cards? Thank you very much. Okay, so what happened was, Sam, What? I'm sorry. That was, I don't know what came out. I'm sorry. I don't know why I tried to do that. You know, sometimes, you're in the middle of the show, you're not thinking, and you just go, you know what I'm saying? What? Come on, you guys, you're my people. Don't turn on me now. Go on. I'm so sorry, sir. God, thanks a lot. I like when you did it. Well, you can put it back. Just hold the break there a little bit. Oh, no, never mind. Just, do whatever you want, pretty much. All right. So the cards were cut again. Sam took another walk, 1, 2, 3 blocks, said, "We're all out of 20s. We had to give you 4 10s. They said, "Well, Sam, that's great. Here's another $2 tip for you." So now they're really starting to like this guy, Sam. They said, "You know what, Sam? This is our first time here, but we're coming here again. You really are a nice guy. You remind us of that magician, Bill Malone." He says, "Oh, thank you. Nobody's that nice, for crying out loud." They said, "Sam, you're kind of a young guy." He said, "Kind of." They said, "We guess your age to be what, about 38? He says, "You're close. I'm 39. They said, "Do you live here at the club?" He says, "Oh, no. I live in a classy part of town. I live in Lake Tahoe." It's a joke. They said, "Sam, what's your address?" He says, "I live at 1329 West 8th Street. They said, "Do you gamble?" He says, "Every day at the 654 Club, right down the block." They said, "Do you ever see any good poker hands?" They said, "You wouldn't believe it. The other day, this guy, Louis Falanga himself, came by, had 3 7s and a pair of 8s. They said, "Wow, that's a full house. Did he win?" They said, "No, this other guy, David, he was there. He had 3 aces and a pair of 9s. They said, "Did he win?" They said, "No, Bill Malone, the magician, he had a straight flush." And that's the story of Sam the Bellhop.